up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
The two letters RS are used in some pretty intense vehicles. The first couple that come to mind are top-of-the-line Porsches. You get the GT2 RS and the GT3 RS. Another car, the Koenigsegg Agera RS, the world's fastest vehicle. And then the other one that comes to mind quickly is the Ford Focus RS, the car I am driving today. This is a 2017 Ford Focus RS, and it's Ford's entrance into the hot hatch segment, which is a very appealing and interesting vehicle line because they offer value, practicality in terms of interior space, passenger seats, cargo space, and also no sacrifice of the fun-to-drive dynamics of a sports car. Let's talk powertrain basics. It has a 2.3-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder. It's similar to the one found in the EcoBoost Mustang. In this car, it makes 350 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque. That engine is mated exclusively to a 6-speed manual transmission. You cannot get a torque converter, automatic, a dual clutch, nothing. It is 6-speed manual only in this car. Another feature is the all-wheel drive system that is very, very advanced. So, in case you're not familiar, the Ford Focus platform is a front-wheel drive underpin platform. The other relatively hot Focus, the Focus ST, is front-wheel drive only. Ford wanted to avoid the understeer and some of the downsides to being a front-wheel drive platform in this car. Originally, I believe there was a Haldex all-wheel drive system considered similar to the one found in Volkswagen products. That was deemed not working properly. They tried overdriving the rear wheels mechanically to try to simulate more of a all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive bias platform. The final result is this pretty advanced all-wheel drive system. The gist of it is you get a 30 to 70% power split. So you get a max of 70% of the power to the rear wheels, and then you are able to distribute up to 100% of that 70% of the rear power to either of the individual rear wheels. The final effect is you get a pretty cool all-wheel drive hot hatch. This does not really feel like the front-wheel drive based vehicle. It has, as we'll get to later, famous drift mode. You can actually drift and slide this thing around. A few other numbers to get out of the way. 0 to 60 has been tested in around the 4.6 second range, which is matching and exceeding pretty much all of its competitors. So this is a quick little car. It's a lot of fun to drive. One of the biggest things we need to talk about are the drive modes. So you select with this button right here, go through the different drive modes. Drift mode is like the most popular one. But first off, you get just regular normal, and then you go to sport mode. There is a track mode which says track use only, and then the final one, drift mode. They electronically vary various things like traction control, stuff like that. Drift mode itself is supposedly to help you kind of like hold slides and stuff like that. I have played with it extensively. Been around actual racetrack M1 concourse in a Focus RS in drift mode on a skid pad, messing around in the snow, and it is truly a lot of fun. It seems to help you hold the drift a little bit better, but it will not save you. It is not a computer video game allowing you to drift a car with pure simplicity. You still have to have input and kind of know what you are doing. The other modes, track mode, sports mode, various levels of aggressiveness. And one of the things that you vary is the suspension dampers. And that leads to the point of this car rides so harsh. Even I'm in comfort mode right now, and I'm just going down Heinz Drive, which is the road in Michigan. That is relatively good. It's still, you feel the bumps. I have put this car into the more stiff suspension and like hit the resonant frequency of bumps on the freeway, and you're just going up and down like this, and it's seriously painful. A lot of people have complained about that. It's probably my chief complaint of the Ford Focus RS. There are fixes to it. Matt Farah with his Focus RS, he's been doing mods because he complains about that too, but you can improve the ride. But from a stock perspective, the Focus RS rides like a sack of bricks, and it is legitimately painful. But the upside is it does handle really well. I mean, taking it around the track, I've hit some corners, some speed, and you get not too much body roll. Like, it's legit fun to drive due to the suspension setup. But God, it's painful. Put magnetic ride dampers. Probably cost, they couldn't do that, but ugh. Other factors in terms of what it's like to drive. This thing is, again, just legit fun. It's a little motor, tiny, that makes a lot of torque and power. It's peppy. It loves to rev. It's small. It's fun. It's fun to throw it around. This transmission is also very good. You get a pretty light clutch, but the shifter is easy and deliberate to put into the right gear. The steering is set up fun and well. and it just gives you a good amount of power, and it's a car that encourages you to drive harder and harder and faster and put a bigger and bigger smile on your face. It truly is really fun to drive. A little bit of a personal note, I legitimately thought about getting a Focus RS as my daily driver. It was I kind of narrowed down to about 3 cars. Focus RS is up there. As most of you know, I obviously went for the Audi S4 due to a couple factors. I wanted a little more luxury and technology. The Focus RS truly, from an interior standpoint, does have some nice features. We have a heated steering wheel, we have heated seats, dual zone climate control, dual zone climate control, you get the touch screen, but you can't get away from the fact that underneath this is a very, very inexpensive Focus. So a lot of stuff is still plastic. It does feel a little bit cheap, but they have done a very good job. The more time I spend with it, the more I respect in terms of like the steering wheel, the cross stitching, these Recaros with the nice blue stitching with the Focus RS stuff. You can upgrade this, but at the end of the day, it doesn't feel like a very, very luxurious $40,000 vehicle. You're paying for the performance and stuff like that. Let's see, what else? Let's talk about exterior styling really quickly. It looks awesome. It looks very, very aggressive in every single way, especially in nitrous blue, which is I think it's my favorite color on the Focus RS. It's cloudy out today, so we can't really see it, but if it's sunny out, there is so much flake in this paint. The sheen of like the yellow and gold and orange looks amazing. It's not just a normal flat blue. This looks like a triple stage, really, really cool. Nitrous blue is an amazing color, and it's just super aggressive. You got the front massive opening, which is all functional. This car, that rear diffuser, the wing, everything is functional on this car. It's designed aerodynamically, and it just all comes together to make this thing look like a serious hot hatchback. Compared to the Volkswagen Golf R, which in my mind is one of the other really good hot hatches on the market right now, this is just more just exciting. The Volkswagen is very formal and like it looks very like serious and European-ish, although this does have European roots, but this just screams fun. A little bit more on the interior. I already kind of talked about the touch and features. One of my other complaints is the seats are really aggressive. They're Recaros. They'll hold you in really well when you're on a racetrack, but just in normal daily driving, these bolsters are kind of digging into my leg. They will get a little bit uncomfortable, a lot faster than like the Recaros in the Shelby. I've spent, and owner Kent, is GT350, like an hour and a half. We were driving in California in that car. Only after about like an hour and a half was like my legs are kind of getting a little painful. In this car, after like, I don't know, half an hour, you're like, these seats aren't the most comfortable. Beyond that, you get some great practicality. It's fun to drive. I mean, it's price, affordability. It offers a lot for the money that you spend on this car. Ignoring used car prices, brand new, the 2017, which is this model year, started at $37,000. It has gone up, which some people are like, wait, why has it gone up by $5,000 for 2018? It starts at $42,000 now, but you did get a lot more stuff for that extra $5,000. The RS2 package is standard now, which I believe comes with Recaros, some of the nice, more luxury tech upgrades. You get a limited slip differential, so your money is truly going towards something. A similarly spec 2017 would reach about the same price point. Is it worth it? Again, I seriously considered it. I would have paid it for the money because it is really, really, really fun. You get all-wheel drive. People drive these in the snow in the winter. You can take them to track, autocross. I mean, the options are limitless. It's truly, you can all around a really great vehicle. I would say my final verdict on this car is I love it. It's such a great vehicle. I mean, it puts a big smile on your face. It has its functionality, performance. It's a great manual transmission, a good powertrain that makes fun power. It's got all the tools you could do for a serious performance vehicle. Brembo brakes that work great. Everything about it is awesome, except for the couple downsides you really have to know going into it. It does ride pretty harsh, and you're not going to get as much tech and luxury and refinement as you would in some other similarly priced vehicles. But overall, I mean, every time I drive it, I'm like, man, maybe I should get one of these. It'd be so much fun. I could really see myself in a couple years when they've come down a little more in price, getting a lightly used one that's just a fun, like, track toy, like, go take it rallycross or something like that. Because, again, I've taken these on skid pads and low friction situations and sliding them around. It's just so much fun. Ford did an excellent job with the Focus RS. It truly is a great hot hatchback with some great technology. Love it. If you have any questions, please let me know. Comment below. I've driven a lot of these, spent a lot of time with them. Go check out the owner, my friend Kent of Kentington on Instagram. Check out my Instagram. Thanks for watching, guys.